I just thought of this, and there's one of two ways we can go because I don't remember if we've talked about either one or not. So let you guys pick either like what your favorite type of controller was. I don't know if we ever talked about that.
I know mine.
I immediately know what
The greatest one ever is.
I think it came up in conversation, but that wasn't the
That wasn't the topic. Okay. Because the other one was going to be like, what is your golden age of gaming? Like, what is your favorite time period?
Mine's the same for both.
GameCube?
Yours is GameCube?
GameCube.
That's...
Yeah.
So what one do you guys want? Because I don't care.
You can mix both of them together if you wanted.
Yeah. We can just, amalgamize it.
Okay, because I mean, mine's kind of two different things. I was going to say, because like the golden age for me would be back in 2009,
Xbox
2010 with the 360. You know, when you had Modern Warfare, like the original Call of Duty 4, and the Modern Warfare 2, and you had Halo 3, and I played a lot of Oblivion on there, and just the memories that I had having fun with NCAA football, because that's not a thing right now until a couple years, you know, and that's my golden age of gaming, I guess. I think that's probably my favorite, even though like now I've played a lot more games and but I can't say that I remember having more fun than I did back then.
Yeah.
Because I think something with the party chats and the in-game lobbies were always fun. You know, like just there was things that were said in Halo 3 lobbies that if they were said today, people would have your head on a stick. You know? Like,
I mean, those things are still said today, but
it's still said, but
any COD
God,
game chat.
I just think CS:GO with how toxic the in-game chat is on that.
Speaking of
that's
that,
just people in every game. To be honest, but
a YouTuber I watch, United Gamer, he's a huge COD guy, and then he kind of got into Pokemon, and that's now his thing, and like mainly his content is now. And he was talking about in one of the videos he was doing with some of his friends how when he was getting into competitive Pokemon, like how different it was from when he was in competitive COD. Like not just because the games are different, but like the fact that he went from an environment where all that trash talking and stuff to where like when he lost at a tournament in Georgia, he was in I think Atlanta. He was because that's where he lives. Yeah, and he was at a tournament there. Like he lost, and there was no trash talking, but instead the guy who won was like kind of like, hey, like this is something you could have done better to beat me, and like actually helping him out.
See, that's cool.
And I'm like, that's really cool. Sick.
That's also in person.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot different when you're hidden
online. People can do whatever.
Well, no,
they
I'm
want.
talking about he was in both like in person COD like tournaments and then in person Pokemon tournaments. So he saw both sides in person. But
so yeah, like what would you guys say though is your golden age of gaming? I guess
I think GameCube for me. I got into it late. Like I didn't get into GameCube because I was a little bit younger.
I was like, that came out. That was before the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
That was the PS1 era for Nintendo, right?
Or was that PS2 after? It's
more
PS2.
Yes, PS2.
More PS2, yeah.
But yeah, so I got into it later, but like when I did get into games, it was my first system I played was 360, which I liked, but I really didn't get into it a ton because I didn't have a ton of great.
Well, you're a lot more of a Nintendo guy anyway,
yes,
so it does make a lot more sense for you.
I got into GameCube. And it's like, man, this is awesome. I love the controller. First off, like,
I actually do too.
It's probably my favorite controller ever. Like,
I love
such a good
controller.
Like, it feels so good in your hand. There's a reason they continue to make it usable for Smash Brothers. But yeah, so just like, I don't know, the GameCube as a whole is just a great console. It really pushed a lot of franchises forward. Like I look at some of the like best games on the system are some of like the best games in their respective franchises. Like you have Mario Sunshine is probably my favorite 3D Mario game. And then you have like
good one.
Zelda for example. Twilight Princess is highly regarded as one of the best Zelda games. And Wind Waker is personally my favorite.
I need to ban John super quick. He says that the best controllers are the Wii U. Like, let's just get him out of here.
I will say the Wii U Pro controller is not bad, but the gamepad's not good. But yeah,
you should say any of those controllers, Wii U, even Switch.
Dude, okay, so the Switch Pro controller I do really like. I do like the Switch Pro controller, but just using the Joy-Con sucks. I can't do that, especially with that stupid little like slide them in here and it turns into a controller.
That's horrible.
It feels so like it's so square in your hands, right?
Yeah,
so, like,
there's a
because you're holding a board.
GameStop actually has like their off-brand one, and it's actually way better because it's got like more controller grips on it, which I like that a lot. But anyway, like kind of what I was saying, like the best games is like Melee, for example. Like I personally never got into Melee because I didn't get Smash later on, but just like understanding what that did for Smash Brothers. Is insane.
I did really enjoy that game.
It's a completely unique version of Smash.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Melee.
It's insane.
That's why I still play it.
Like, yeah, we would not have, Sora and Smash Brothers, let alone Smash Brothers still, if it wasn't for Melee's popularity. Like, that game is...
Melee was an accident.
Yeah.
Was it?
Well,
Yeah.
so... It actually was kind of a crap move on Nintendo.
He didn't even want to make another one.
No, there was no plan on making another one, but they revealed the GameCube. And when they were revealing the GameCube, they're like, "Oh yeah, there's a Smash Brothers game in development," and they didn't tell Sakurai.
Oh no!
And they're like, "I didn't know I was making a new Smash game," and so like they brought him in, and it was like it's a whole big drama.
That's
thing.
actually kind of funny though.
But like just looking at that console and just seeing all of these great franchises and some of the great games, like even like new franchises for the system, like Pikmin was introduced in GameCube, and I love the Pikmin franchise. It's very unique and very cool. And then you have like Kirby Air Ride, which I wish they'd make a sequel to. Like I love Kirby Air Ride a lot. But yeah, I just GameCube for sure.
Yeah, see, and John put in here, he goes, I wrecked my hand so much on the N64 controller, and I'm like, you have the new Mario Party, right? Yeah. Have you seen the warning that they put on for some of the games?
Funny.
Have you seen this on the Nintendo 64 games on there? Mm-hmm. They like one of them's the old Tug of War, right? They say, to avoid damage to the controller or your hand, please do not rotate the stick with your palm or something like that, because they know every one of the Nintendo 64 was doing this the entire time. So I actually so the Nintendo 64 controller with if I did the controller topic, that was gonna be up there for me. I
really
love it. Okay,
it's not
here's
good
why.
at all.
Here's why. Okay, just hear me out. It is what I grew up playing. Like it was the first.
So it's nostalgic.
It's nostalgic for me, which is why I like it. It is a very nostalgia controller. Like I think if you made it now and you put it in my hands now, I would start to be like, this is the worst. This sucks. But going back and playing these old N64 games with that controller, in my mind is like this is my childhood. This is perfect.
I look back on playing the Super Nintendo. I still don't say that was perfect.
Okay. I might have a lot more fond memories than you. I don't know.
The Super Nintendo controller is way better than the 64.
Oh, it is definitely way better. But even I don't look back on it with that kind of rosy colored glass.
See, I just think of all the fun times I had with my cousins playing Mario Party and playing Mario 64 and Wave Race and Donkey Kong, Banjo-Kazooie. Which, speaking of which, isn't it Donkey Kong coming out, or is it Banjo-Kazooie coming out?
I don't think they've announced Donkey Kong yet.
Okay, so Banjo-Kazooie is coming out this month for Switch Online, which I am super excited for. But anyways, I think it's hard to beat, though, since we're doing like the golden times of gaming. I think it's hard to beat, anywhere from 2007 to 2010, I think, is like, or 2011.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
See, like
2010
me,
to 11, or 7 to 11.
The 360 was my first console, but like I never really played it a ton. It was kind of just like a COD machine for me. Like I would play Black Ops with my friends after school, and I loved those. Like so many fun memories playing Call of Duty. But that's pretty much all I played. Like that and Madden were about it.
See, and here's the thing with the 360s. You had Halo, which my friends and I loved.
Oh, I played Halo too.
I played it with my cousins all the time.
I made it worth it. Right
then you had Call of Duty 4, but then you had Call of Duty World at War, and then you had Modern Warfare 2. Then you had Modern Warfare 2.
That
and like
was the gold.
I think those 3 games right there are the best 3 CODs ever made.
I like Black Ops 2.
Black Ops, is it Black Ops 3 Zombies, I think, on the PC?
Yeah,
when you can mod it, that's the best.
That's the best zombies.
I will never forget, though, when I beat the World at War campaign, and the Zombies mode was a new unlock after that. And I was like, wait, what is this? And I remember playing that, and I'm like,
it's awesome.
I had no idea it existed. I had no clue. Like, because it was an Easter egg. It wasn't even supposed to be in the game. It was something that they made as like a side project, and they were like, you know what? We really like this. Let's put that in there.
Yeah. Did you?
And it spawned off like basically a whole new game mode for Call of Duty, I think, for years to come. And it's honestly the only reason why I even get Call of Duty games sometimes is because I want zombies.
Yeah. Did you see they added Nocturne I can't even say it right.
Knocked around Toten.
They've edited in Warzone. Like
I did see that. Like when it before it was it looks so cool.
That's pretty cool.
It looks so cool. But yeah, because I had a 360 and then I sold it in 2011 and I picked up a PS3 because all my cousins had PlayStation 3s and I wanted to play with my family, you know. So
I think PlayStation 3 was a terrible console, to be honest.
The 3,
See, it wasn't good. I'm not a fan of the controller for it. I think when they made the DualShock 4, they improved so much over
didn't operate well.
No.
See, I got it later on in its life cycle. I didn't get it when it was the.
Neither did the 360.
The 360.
Okay,
outside
the
of
360
it was perfect.
The 360 with the slider dashboard. Do you remember that?
Yep.
That right there is my favorite. The fact that they got rid of the slider.
Oh, are you talking about the original, the Blade?
Yeah, the Blade dashboard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When they got rid of that, I was so heartbroken, dude. I loved the Blade dashboard.
There's a YouTuber I watch. His name's Spawnwave. He actually just recently bought one that was not updated, and he has the Blade.
No way, dude.
So like he's not connecting it to the internet, obviously.
Oh no, never.
But like it's got the Blade UI on it, and it's really cool.
See, I love the Blade. Like I've gone and I've been on nostalgia trips before. Where I went on YouTube and I looked up just someone going through that, just the noises it made and watching it go across. I'm like, this is right here.
Yeah.
Like this is the best time in gaming.
I think the 360 controller was the greatest controller ever made.
It was really good.
It was good.
It's
so smooth. It's so nice in the hand.
I prefer the new Xbox, the Xbox One controller.
I don't. I think I'd rather have the 360.
Mm-hmm.
They made it more angular, and I don't like that. I like the more rounded off, like because it's just fit in your hand well.
It worked so nice.
But then they like rounded off the corner, like the bottoms are like jagged corners now, and I'm not a huge fan of that.
See, there's something about the new Xbox One controller, I guess, that I personally prefer, and I love the 360 controller. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, that's my golden age of gaming right there. But there's something about the Xbox One. I prefer that. I don't know why. I just do.
Yep, 360 is my fave. Golden age of gaming would be end of original Xbox into 360, because some of the greatest games ever came out right at the end of Xbox's lifespan, or that's when I played them at least.
Now that he's gone, can we just talk about Logan?
We do usually.
Just talk about how he loves boy bands and thinks that they're the greatest thing ever.
I don't want to talk about that.
And how he thinks Logan Paul's the greatest person alive. And
he has a tattoo of him on his butt cheek.
And can we just take the time to appreciate just how incredibly bizarre that is, and that he's a really weird guy for thinking all this?
His original name's not even Logan. He changed that because he loves Logan Paul too much.
I have heard that. He made out that weird story last week about Logan's restaurant. I really have my doubts about that. I think what happened is he saw Logan Paul's vlogs way back in the day, and was like, you know what? I'm gonna grow up and be just like this guy. And that's why he grew his hair out. He used to have a buzz cut. He grew his hair longer to look more like Logan Paul.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure if you guys were aware.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, we know.
Okay, so I just. John goes, why does Dan know where the tattoo is?
Because he told me.
He's very proud of that tattoo.
I don't want to see it, man. He just told me.
He tries to show it off all the time.
He does.
No,
I don't like it.
The reason we know about this, at least for me, Chicago trip.
See, mine was when I was helping him move back. We were at a random gas station in Tennessee. He saw some guy out front. He's like, hey, do you want to see my tattoo? I mean, that was disgusting, honestly. Yeah. So, anyways, Golden Age of Gaming.
So, yeah.
I have great friends. They talk crap about me behind me.
We love you.
We just speak the truth.
We love you.
But
everything.
Back in
thin walls.
So Halo Combat Evolved came out.
Love you, buddy.
Revolutionized the shooter genre.
Yeah.
Morrowind came out. Revolutionized modern at that time RPG.
Yeah.
It was like the first like really big one on Xbox. And that moved into 360 era, which everything just ballooned off that
Took off and really improved for sure.
Like that was the time when games I think were the best, and I had a friend group that was on, and we played all the time.
Sorry we annoyed you with our friendship.
Well, you guys don't never get on Xbox or PlayStation or anything. So.
No, I just like the way you said that. I was like,
I had
friends. Like,
I don't anymore.
Okay, so why do you think it is though that
what's up?
We consider that to be like the golden age? Do you think it's because of the age we were at the time, and just so that's like when we were most impressionable?
It's nostalgia.
yeah.
So
That's when we had the most fun.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think? We haven't heard your golden age yet.
Well, for mine, the controller is actually the same as Dan's, a 360 controller.
Yeah.
It's one that just fit, like you're saying, it fit in my hand the best.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like to better the GameCube controller, but for
I
my
love
golden
the
age
GameCube.
of games, I actually would think the GameCube for me. I had so many games that I just lost my life playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It was about the age when I was growing up where I got really into it.
Is
I
that why
started
you're dead
actually-
so often now?
Hmm?
Is that why you're dead so often now? You lost your life playing the games on the GameCube?
Oh, heck yeah. I've been a lich for decades now,
I figured.
you know?
That makes sense, actually.
But no, so like that was. I remember my brother getting me the GameCube. I remember it came with that 4-pack of Zelda games in it.
Yeah.
It was a
I
great
didn't know
time. That was when I actually sat down and just played through it, and I spent so many countless hours playing that.
Yeah, I think the one downside that I can find about the GameCube is the lack of JRPGs. I feel like there wasn't a ton of.
Oh, that was also when
Well,
Well,
There's
that's if you wanted to play that, then you got the PlayStation.
I was also
Yeah.
going to say that was when I got into like Fire Emblem with my brother got me
Yeah,
Path of
Fire-
Radiance
yep.
and stuff like that.
There
so
were a
That's
few
about
though.
it,
You had
though.
like Tales of Symphonia.
I also
was a
played
really
that
good one.
really good one.
So
So there were several really good games for that,
Go to Sony for those.
but
That was PS1 days. That was awesome. I was a little kid, and I just watched my brother play through all of the original or old school Final Fantasy games. Awesome.
see, I wish I grew up in the age of SquareSoft and the SNES, like that. Just the amount.
SNES is way before SquareSoft.
Yeah, no, that's like
That's Super Nintendo, dude. It didn't come out at the same time as PlayStation 1.
yeah, SNES.
It didn't come out at the same time though. SNES was way before PlayStation 1.
No, sorry. I'm saying the days of like SquareSoft and the SNES, like when it was
It was just Square at that time, wasn't it?
it's Square and then
And then SquareSoft and then Square Enix.
yeah,
I
well,
think.
yeah, because but I'm talking about like
You like
just
SNES,
that
like Final
era.
Fantasy 3.
Yeah,
like that kind of
that
stuff.
stuff, like back because like that was the golden age of JRPGs in a lot of people's opinion, and it kind of
Oh, it is.
And it's like
Hands
because you
down.
have like, you know, you have Super Mario RPG, you have the Final Fantasy games, Secret of Mana, like all of those great JRPGs. So
That was the days.
Speaking of other, I guess not really part of the golden age, but another time that I guess could be considered that. Those Pokemon games right there. The Game Boy Advance ones.
Handheld?
Fire Red and Leaf Green,
yeah.
Ruby,
That
Emerald,
was-
like
Speaking of, that's another benefit for the GameCube, the fact that you can get a
you
Game
could
Boy
play
player.
those, yeah.
I had one of those.
Well, Logan has it now, right?
I'm
He's
borrowing
using it right now.
That's what I
and
thought,
I'm
yeah.
Loving it.
But I looked over, I was looking at Logan, and then I saw Fire Red and Leaf Green and Emerald there, and I'm like, those
Yep, I
three
think that's
right there
Gen-
would definitely be. If I had more Game Boy games I enjoyed as much as that, I would say that would be the golden age for me.
That was about it,
But
though.
that's what I'm saying. Like
the-
that was it. There
For
really wasn't
Game
too
Boy,
much.
Old school Game Boy.
Oh,
it was
like, yeah.
Pokemon. There was like
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah, the original Game Boy. Yeah.
I had
GBA is
There was like
insane.
well for Game Boy Advance, I had
Kirby.
Tony Hawk's Underground. I
Stuff,
think is what it
but-
was, and I was like, I had it on the PS2, and then getting it on the Game Boy, I'm like, this sucks.
No, yeah.
I'm like, this
Well,
is the
no,
worst.
The GBA has so many phenomenal games. Like, it's such a good. It's basically just a beefed up Super Nintendo.
See, I only had it for
portables.
Pokemon. I only had it for
there's so many
Pokemon.
great games on.
So
I
for
think,
me, it
honestly,
wasn't.
Pokemon works best on old school Game Boy. The handheld that's
Oh,
where
yeah.
the charm of Pokemon comes from.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
honestly. I don't like it that much, like on Switch and stuff.
See, I
don't-
really
the
like
new,
it on
the new
Switch,
style
but-
and all that.
I think-
it's not my thing.
I personally think the golden age of Pokemon. I think Gen 3 is for sure up there, but I almost think Gen 4 beats it off by just a bit.
No, I'd
think
say
Gen 2.
I'd say Gen 2.
Gen
yeah.
2.
No, but
Gen
I'm talking.
2.
I'm talking not
We're all
just.
boomers.
I'm not talking.
Speak
Yeah,
for
you
I'm
guys
not
are.
from the '60s.
I'm not talking about
I was gonna say,
just
yeah,
the
Not
like,
that old.
like the Sinnoh region or the Hoenn region, like those. I'm talking about the generation as a whole, and you have the original DS generation was Diamond, Platinum, Pearl, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Like, that's a solid lineup of games.
Well, see, would you even consider Heart Gold and Soul Silver to be Gen 4?
Yes.
You would?
That's when they came out.
They are Gen 4 games.
I mean, it came out during
they're
that time, but
considered Gen
I
4
would say
games.
it's a remake
These are
of Gen 2.
These two are Gen 3 games. Fire Red and Leaf Green. They are
Yeah.
they are Gen 1 in the sense of the generation, like they're remaking like Kanto or Johto, but they are Gen 4 games because they're on the Gen 4 engine. They use Gen 4 mechanics. It's in Gen.
See, because when I think Gen 4, like Gen 1, Gen 2, I'm just thinking the games that came out with that originally. So like in my mind, it's a Gen 2 remake. It's not a Gen 4 game.
Yeah.
With Soul Silver, but
I
I think
consider Gen 4 games.
Yeah, I mean you can consider that, I guess, but in my mind, that's just I think of it as a remake of Gen 2. So I never once thought of it as Gen 4.
Yeah.
Before just now, so I think that like I said, if they had more Game Boy games that I played and enjoyed, that might take it over. But otherwise, like I said, I think 2006 to 2011 in that range, 2007 to 2011, just because I'm thinking of Oblivion, you get Call of Duty 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, you get Halo, you got Skyrim that came out in 2011, and like there's this.
That's the only reason you brought it up. Well, I had 2011 on there specifically for Skyrim.
Maybe. Maybe. Well, I mean, because Modern Warfare 2 came out 11/10/09, so that means World at War was 2008, and then Call of Duty 4 was 2007. So
Back in the days when you could play a multiplayer game by yourself and it was good.
Yeah.
Can't do it anymore.
No.
I don't have fun anymore.
No.
Yeah, I haven't enjoyed a Call of Duty online in a long
You
time.
have to play with people.
You do.
I don't
like
have
even with
friends.
Halo Infinite, like I've wanted to play with you and Joel, but like we just haven't yet. And like the few times I played them by myself, I'm like, I just like there's nobody to talk to. Like,
Right.
I just want to be like,
Yeah.
It's fun when we get the boys on, but the boys don't get on anymore
I
to
know.
play. So
I feel like we complain about this every week, and then we just never do anything to fix it.
We
always say that we're going to fix it, and then we never do.
I know.
Hey, I got Halo Infinite on my PC, so
I have it on my PC.
We gotta do this.
We need to get Logan a GPU that can play it really well, so he can play it on his
I
PC.
mean, it still actually plays really well. I'm not.
Plays
The only
fine.
issues I've had with it is internet. And
Yeah,
that's
no,
just stupid.
I just want to go up to Micro Center with you at
No,
some
I
point.
know. I want to go up and grab one too.
And Weston's going to come with, because it's going to be on a Saturday, so he'll have the day off.
and then I will run the Micro Center employees through the ringer.
I honestly,
Do it.
I feel like I kind of did that too with the one in Georgia. When we were getting the parts for his computer, this guy's like, well, if you're gaming, you're going to want to do this. I'm like, well, he's also going to be streaming. And he's like, oh, well, then this is the better option. He's like trying to upsell some Intel. And I'm like, okay, no, not if you're gaming and streaming. Like, I go, you are not going to want Intel for both. I go, you're going to want Ryzen. I'm like, he wants this because of this, and he's going to get this because of this. And he's like, well, then he started telling me what RAM he should get. And I'm like, nope. I'm like, you're just trying to upsell him the more expensive RAM. I go, we can save some money because you're not going to notice a huge difference between cast latency 16 and 18 at that speed. I'm like, it's fine. And this guy is like, he hated me.
Yeah.
He really hated me. We needed him to unlock the cages to get this stuff out. But after that, I was like this close to just telling the guy, be like, dude, just give me the key. I'll get what I need. Like, I don't want you here.
when we go up there, it's just gonna be two roasting them. I'm gonna be like, yeah, what they
What
said.
they said. Logan's gonna be the guy in the back.
I know.
Yeah, don't mess with us, man.
I know exactly what they're talking about.
Hold me
Yeah, he's gonna be the small guy. Hold me back, guys. I'm gonna come out swinging. I know what I'm talking about. We got it going. That's
gonna be the burn guy.
Ooh, man, you're lucky that we're indoors. If we were in the parking lot right now, oh man, I'd show you. That's gonna be Logan at Micro Center with Weston and I in the front. He's gonna be yelling from behind us and
He's
not
hiding behind the desk.
Yeah. Oh, I can totally
Where'd
see
Logan
that
go?
happening.
He's hiding somewhere. Nah.
Logan's
What are you
hiding
doing?
behind
I
the.
was right there. What are you doing?
He's hiding behind the ram. He's just like,
Ooh, he got you. Just like
oh, that seems like it's a pretty good spot to end the.